Hi there, I'm Linda and this is Huttons Valley Permaculture. It's getting into autumn now and the nights are cooling, so my summer vegetable garden is slowing down. Out in the food forest, I've already harvested most of the fruit, although I'm excited that my fig tree is starting to ripen some figs, and I've had my first one just today. Also out there in my food forest, one of my 4 hazelnut trees has produced a nut, so that's pretty exciting too. But for this video, I'm just going to show you what I'm harvesting from this front vegetable garden. I'm starting here in my cucumber patch, where I've got some mega cucumbers ready. That's probably past being harvested. I've missed that one a couple of times, so I'm just going to take that one today. This one's ready to come off as well. These ones down here are actually Lebanese cucumbers. I planted 2 varieties of cucumbers in this bed. I kind of remembered after doing it. So that's my Lebanese, and the ones that are hanging up on this vine that I've already harvested, they're just a long green cucumber. So the Lebanese is starting to really kick in now. I've been giving a few cucumbers away lately. Also growing in this bed are some snow peas, which they're starting to produce quite a few. And of course you've got to keep picking them to make sure that the flowers keep coming and producing more of the little snow peas. This plant has sort of sprawled across the garden a little bit. I should try and tie it up, but we've got the cucumbers here. It was hanging onto the cucumbers quite nicely up until recently. Oh, I think I spied another cucumber that I've missed. Yeah, we better grab that one as well. The self-seeded spinach is now mostly going to seed, so I'm just going to let that go around again, as I call it. These ones are just about ready to drop and just create the next round of spinach, but I've still got some which aren't there yet, so I love to have those in cut up in my omelettes or in a smoothie, so I'm going to take some of those too. This one's just about to send up its little flower head, so I'm going to cut that off and take it. That'll be just fine. Also in this bed, this might be a bit of a giveaway, I've got some rocket. Now that one has flowered and will be going to seed shortly, but I've still got some hiding in amongst here which are still great for a salad. They haven't gone bitter because they haven't put up that seed head yet. So I'm just going to take some of that as well and pop that in my basket. And that will give this little kale plant, that's a self-seeded kale, right next to this little baby spinach. So this will probably go quickly. I'll take that and then leave the space for this little seedling here. Now this is one of my chili plants. Now they haven't gone red yet, but one of the recipes that I do with my tomatoes requires chilies, and they can be red or green for that. So I've just been taking some of these chilies for that recipe. Hopefully there'll be enough left so that they can redden up, but often in this climate we just don't have that long period of warmth that they need. I've actually been harvesting quite a few eggplants from these plants, so much so I was able to give some away at a swap table at my local permaculture group, which is always nice. But there's still plenty for me to make a batch of ratatouille. Now these are quite small here, but with the cooler weather I doubt whether they'll get much bigger, so I'm just going to take those. still got some carrots in this carrot bed, but I've got plenty in the fridge at the moment, so I'm going to leave those. But right next to it is this plant here, which has struggled a little bit over summer with caterpillars, but it's really coming into its own now. Look, there's someone enjoying it. I don't know if they eat it or not, but he's welcome. But this is collard greens. I like to have this in smoothies as well. So I'm just going to take a leaf or two and take it inside. You can also slice that up and have it like in a stir fry, or shred it finely and use it in a coleslaw as well. My zucchini plants have succumbed a little bit to the powdery mildew, and there's lots of little ladybirds or some variety of beetle that's enjoying that. But it hasn't stopped this plant producing, and I've forgotten about my zucchini for a little bit. Well, that'll make great noodles. And I'll just grab this next one. And maybe that one can head to family or friends. Now this is my other variety of cucumber. In here I've just spotted a huge cucumber. Get a glimpse of it there. I'm just going to let that one yellow off and start to develop the seeds, so I can save the seeds for next year. Hiding in amongst the tomato here, I've still got a few beetroot that I'll harvest today and add to one of my salads. That's a little chioggia, and these are some golden beetroot. Hiding in the back there, I think that's another chioggia. So they've just kind of over-summered in the shade of the tomatoes, and they'll be beautiful. Over here in a forgotten part of the garden is actually some produce. This here is just some old onion plants that have been a bit neglected. It doesn't look like much, but all it needs to do is impart a nice oniony flavour, and that'll be just perfect. All that leaves now is to gather up some of my ripening tomatoes. Blueberry tomatoes are just so pretty. I've started to dehydrate these ones, and they're really sweet and lovely. The tomato plants are starting to get older, but they're still ripening the fruit quite well. So I like to leave them out here as long as possible. I think I got rid of all the plants in about April last year because the tomatoes were still ripening off. Some are starting to split, and I've had mice getting into others, but again, I'll feed that one to the chickens. And any that's, not looking too great. A few the mice have got, but still there's plenty of perfect ones too. That one's split and probably got caterpillars in it. My aromas have gone so well this year. In amongst here hides a few aromas. Oh, there's a few off ones. just take a little bit of this basil. I've been doing constant picking of my basil plants and none have really taken off in flower as yet, but I'll let them do so fairly soon so that we can get some seeds. Well, there you go, another couple of baskets of produce from the garden. But growing and harvesting it is only part of the equation. I've got to head into the kitchen now, and what I can't eat straight away, I'll try and preserve for winter and throughout the year. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's harvest video. I'm going to head into the kitchen now. Thanks so much for watching, and bye for now.